Hi, I'm Steve Colburn with Triad Speakers. I'm in sales and technical support and product planning and training. I do a lot at Triad. So anyway, what I want to do today is run through with you our new products, and we have a bunch of very interesting new products. We're going to start with the in-ceiling Silver 9 Rotosat. Now, I help our dealers design and specify Atmos systems for the home. We've already done over 300 dedicated Atmos systems. One of the things we realize in specifying the Atmos systems is oftentimes we can't put the height speakers in the ceiling where we want them because there are ceiling features or just things that interfere and get in the way. Beams, air conditioning ducts, who knows what. So the problem is, how do you get the sound where you want it from where you don't want the speaker? And the answer is the Rotosat. Come over and take a look. You will see this is a Triad G-sized box, and it has an angle baffle speaker in it, but it's a little different. First of all, the enclosure is round, and it's round so the speaker assembly can be rotated to aim the angled baffle where you want it. Secondly, the tweeter is mounted on this adjustable aimable post. We call it variaxial. It's not a coaxial. It is essentially if it's in its default position, but if you need to aim it slightly to get the sound exactly where you want it, there is this is a prototype, so it doesn't have it, but a low-powered laser that lights up its aim point on the floor, so you can aim it very quickly and precisely. This here is a terminal that you can stick a 9-volt battery in that lights up the light and gives you your aim point. It uses a G-size grill. Once you're done, you remove the battery. That allows you to put the grill back in, and you're done. Very quick, very easy, and solves just a whole myriad of problems that installers run into. Let's go over and take a look at one installed. So now we're going to take a look at a Rotosat installed. So you can see its angle baffle. You can see the red light, which will point out the aiming spot. You see the battery plugged in there, and you also notice that you can't put the grill in until the battery is removed, so it won't accidentally leave it up there. Now this speaker has all kinds of applications. We designed it because of the need for an Atmos ceiling speaker that could accommodate imperfect placement, but it also will work great for house music applications where you can't have the speaker exactly where you want it. So performance of this product is identical to that of a Silver Sat. So it uses the same 6.5-inch woofer and the 1-inch dome tweeter. So it's a very versatile speaker, and we expect it to be available hopefully by the end of the year. Okay, so the next new product is our new small aperture speaker. This is Triad's new in-ceiling SA4 9. Now, interior designers are driving the speaker selection in many new jobs, and they want speakers that have a very, very small grill, similar in size to the small aperture grills on the new lighting fixtures. So that's what this is. But this is a full range speaker that sends its sound out through a 4-inch grill. You can either have round or square, and in each of those you can have no bezel or a micro bezel. Now if we pan up, you can see from the top that the enclosure is relatively large, and it's not meant for retrofit. This is for new construction or major remodels. So it's a 9-inch deep enclosure that can fit comfortably in 10-inch ceiling joists. This is a full range speaker with bass all the way down to 50 hertz or so. And the way it does that is it starts out with this, what we call a flashlight that contains the mid-high frequency driver. It's a single driver, a brand new driver that magically creates a 150-degree hemisphere dispersion, even out to high frequencies. We call it UBHD, Ultra Broad Hemispherical Dispersion Driver. Now we mounted in this flashlight-looking device so that we can remove it for servicing or for protecting it during construction. So the way it works is you simply twist, pull, and imagine if this were the inside the speaker, we pull it right out for servicing. So we've talked about the UBHD driver module. In addition, if you look at the drawing, you can see that inside the enclosure are two 3-inch by 6-inch woofers. And behind them, what you can't see is another card that contains the crossover. Each one of these parts is removable for servicing or for protection during construction. And we're the only ones that can say that. Just as we're the only ones who offer the ultra broad dispersion. Now, if you drop down a little bit, you can see the benefits of the ultra broad dispersion. When you have a ceiling speaker and you walk around, regular traditional ceiling speakers beam. So as you walk through a room, depending upon if you're on direct on axis beneath them or off axis, you'll get hot spot, cold spot, hot spot, cold spot. This eliminates that 150-degree broadband high-frequency dispersion. So you can walk around the room and get a similar sonic presentation everywhere. Now we've talked about Triad's SA49, which is a full-range speaker. We have another version of the same product, which is a subwoofer. If we come over here and take a look, you can see same box, same installation, but inside we remove the high frequency module and replace it with a third 3-inch by 6-inch woofer. We also remove the crossover. So now we have three 3x6 woofers, no crossover. So it's a sub that'll play down to approximately 30 hertz, and with the sound coming out just through a 4-inch aperture grill. This will be driven by a Triad rack amp. Hi, here we have a new sound bar. Actually, we're updating an old sound bar. We've had our Nano and Mini. We've had the Micro, but with the 3-inch woofers, but it's had a different design than the other products. It's had a cloth grill and a different looking enclosure. So what we've done is updated the Micro sound bar so that it has the metal grill instead of a cloth grill, and it uses the easy mount installation bracket, which the installers love because it's so quick, easy, and adjustable. So not a big change, but an important one. So now all of our products, on-wall products, install the same way, they look the same, they can be custom painted and colored the same way. Now most of our dealers know that we've had great sound bars and a great on-wall mount, but we haven't provided our dealers with a solution to mount our sound bars to the bottom of a TV on a TV bracket. And that's what we have here. This is a prototype. Our speakers, they're proper speakers. They sound great, but like proper speakers, they have some weight to them. And so other companies' mounting brackets may be a little flimsy for some of our products. So this new sound bar, you can see this is strong. It will handle our biggest sound bar, and as you know, we stretched them out to 82 inches. So it'll take a mini LCR 3.0 stretched to 82 inches. It will handle the weight. Now, if you look at it closely, you'll see an unusual design features. It's kicked out at the bottom and brought in. And that's because so many new TVs have these bump out bustles at the bottom, which are a real pain for installers. So this accommodates that. It accommodates any depth of our speaker models. So it's a heavy duty TV bracket, and we expect it to be available in pretty shortly. Hi, this is Triad's garden array system. It's comprised of GA4 satellites, which you can have by just a pair, or you can drive it with a 70 or 100 volt system and run dozens together in parallel. And it combines with the GA10 sub. And each one of these has some real unusual and specific features which we'll go into. Now the GA4 SAT has some unusual characteristics. First of all, it uses our new UBHD driver, 4.5-inch driver, ultra broad hemispherical dispersion, 150 degrees even, so it provides a very, very even and broad sound field. So no hot spotting like conventional systems. You can get it as stakes or in the ground, or it comes with an optional wall mount with which you can mount it on a wall or a tree. As I said, it can be driven with a 70 or 100 volt amp. It has the taps already in there. Or it can be driven by a stereo system. It's a nominal 8 ohm, 6 ohm load. So the second part of the garden array system is the GA10 sub. Now it comes initially in this above ground version with feet, 10-inch sub, driven by a 300 watt rack amp. But come over here, you can see it, optional accessory is our underground kit. Here you can see our outdoor speakers, OD25 with a 5.25-inch two-way, OD26 with a 6.5-inch two-way. These speakers sound remarkably good for outdoor speakers. You can see we custom paint them as an option at Triad Factory, and I think we're the only ones who offer that from the factory. And since we can custom paint the subwoofer from the garden array, you can mix and match them to extend the bass of our outdoor speakers with the GA10 subwoofer.
Hi, I'm Keith Vanderklee from Triad Amina Technologies, and what we have over here is the Amina Mobius 7. It's the latest of our invisible loudspeaker series. Very simple principle based on an instrument. You can actually tell what it does purely by doing this. Take me out to the ball game. All right, so the speaker has a high frequency driver, two low frequency drivers, frequency response from 53 hertz at the bottom end up to 30 kilohertz, and that includes 2 millimeters or almost 1/8 of an inch thick plaster and 2 coats of finished paint. That's the Amina Mobius 7.